Ladies and gentlemen, at the Phantom Tollbooth Cornerstone 2009 press tent. Gracing us with their presence right now is the only Christian music supergroup, as I love to refer to them as. From the Lost Dogs, all the way to Daniel Amos, the choir, the 77s, and big money-making songwriting. The Lost Dogs, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for them.
Wow. Can I have some of your money, Steve? Money-making song.
Money-making machine up here, boy.
Yeah.
Rolling in the dough.
So tell us, how easy is it to keep this thing going with everything else you guys are doing?
Are we doing anything else?
We're not doing anything else, that's the problem.
Because Derri, I know you and Steve have both been busy in the studio, is that not correct?
Yeah, we do. Steve and I do most everything. Mike and Terry don't really do much. It's kind of sit in their houses at home. Steve and I are busy.
I understand there's...
Yeah, we know these guys need something to do, so we just try to fit it in.
I understand there's a new album in the making, is that not correct? No?
Yeah, it's actually...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Pretty close to done. I mean, it's 98%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our Route 66 record. Of course, we did, as you guys probably know, went out on the route and filmed it and got inspired to write music and came back and did something like 14 or 15 songs or something and got up in a whirlwind of creativity and it's I think it's I'm blown away by it. I love it. It's a beautiful record.
Take us through that project from conception through its end and exactly what all can we expect out of that project?
Well, this is something that I had we talked about over the years, about we kind of felt like, well, this would be the band to go out on Route 66 and do some shows and just go on the route and see what happens, We talked about it because every time we get together, oh yeah, we got to do it, and it just became one of those things like a pipe dream kind of deal. And then for some reason, we got some other interested parties who kind of started to lay a foundation for it to become a reality rather than just, theoretical and something that made us happy to talk about, the possibility that we were actually found ourselves out there. And it was an amazing experience, not long enough. I mean, we could have gone, when we got to the end of Santa Monica Pier, it was sort of like looking at each other going, if we could go back in the RV and go back the other way, we'd do it again, because it was not only an incredible experience and surprising and everything else, but it was an incredibly bonding one for us. We've been bonded by a lot of things, including Gene's passing, but I think this was a happy bonding. This is something that, be camping out, in the stars with your friends and living with each other in close quarters. It's got some comedic elements, but it was a great time. We got really close with it.
Anybody else want to expound on that?
Look at me. I had a great time. I've always wanted to do something like this. Gosh, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, I remember having this idea of wanting to hit the road and find America, the old Easy Rider thing where you just go out there and try to find it. But I didn't realize how easy it would be to find it by doing something like sticking onto an old road. And what we found on that old road was an older America before we got faster and less interested in what was on the side of the road and just wanted to get there. Yeah. So we found that lost America, and every time we got back on 66 from the interstate, we always had this presence, this sense of, they call it the Mother Road. It's this strange kind of comforting feeling. It was vaguely spiritual, but I think in a sense it helped tie us to who we are as Americans and maybe to people more, because when you get on that interstate and those fast highways, you're isolated. You're sort of Gary Newman in Cars, you know. This little road has scattered across it little businesses, little roadside attractions, things we've been singing about for 20 years nearly. And we were able to experience them firsthand, hear the stories of those people, and hear about their lives, some of whom were affected deeply when the interstate was enacted in, what, 55, something like that? President Eisenhower enacted that bill. And I don't know that we can ever go back to what that was. It doesn't make any sense, but the fact that it's still there and that people are still nurturing that part of America, and that people from all over the world, particularly the Germans, are quite enamored with the mythology and the vibe of it, and they flock to it as, you know, they go on holiday. It's nice.
Yeah.
Steve, Derri?
Well, I hope that our audience will stay with us on it, because we think there's a lot of longevity to it. We're really proud of the album we made, but our big dream is this DVD, and it's very ambitious, and it's going to take us a while to get it finished. And so I think we're going to be talking about this for a while. So, like I said, I hope our audience will stay with us and help us see it all the way through.